Hi, I'm Carolina, your podcast host and expert womb healer. Over the past 5 years, I've served over 500 women to remove physical blockages in their bodies. We achieve this with Reiki. I believe healing doesn't have to be done alone, nor should it be. You will hear stories of healing, methods to heal with, and guest speakers covering taboo topics you won't hear anywhere else. Let's continue this journey of womb healing together. Hi, I'm Carolina, your podcast host and Reiki master and womb healer. And today we're talking about, can you manifest your baby? This is a very common question I get asked on TikTok. And the answer is yes and no. So literally, can you manifest a baby out of the sky? No. But can you manifest and optimize your fertility with some of the things we're going to discover today on this podcast? Absolutely. So there are a few basic manifesting principles that I will dive by, and that is holding the vision. It is taking aligned action, and also believing the truths around what you're manifesting. And we'll go into defining that. The first things that you need to develop are a care practice of yourself. Some people call this self-care, but it's more of like a lifestyle. Are you feeding yourself good foods? Are you moving your body? Are you grounding? Do you have a spiritual practice? Are you caring for yourself with good sleep? Do you have good energetic hygiene? These are things that are beyond a good 8-step skincare routine. I'm talking about, are you drinking enough water? Are you tending to your emotions as they come up? You need to heal your traumas. That's next. With manifesting, it has everything to do with law of attraction and vibration. And don't fall for that. You just have a high vibration all the time in order to manifest something. Vibration matters, but thinking that you're going to be a high vibration all the time is toxic. And it's not accurate. You're a human being and you're meant to have experiences and emotions. So that means you're going to have an ebb and flow of emotions. You're going to have an ebb and flow of vibration too. So don't get on the wrong side of TikTok and believe every person who's a spiritual practitioner and says, I'm a manifesting coach and you have to be high vibe all the time. That's not practical and it's not sustainable. And it's impossible. We're never one thing. We're never constantly one thing. So make sure who you're taking advice from. And it's even for me, vet it out, do your research, experiment, and see what works for you. The tips I'm sharing on today's episode are the ones that I have proven to get the things that I have manifested that are huge in my life. The next thing is you need to take aligned action. Aligned action means you are taking steps or making decisions that are going to bring you closer to the thing that you're manifesting, such as a baby. That means going to see a fertility specialist, asking hard questions at the OBGYN, developing a fertility plan. If the doctor's not giving you a diagnosis, pressing harder. So if you're not giving me a diagnosis, what are we going to be left here? What are the next steps to get a resolve? What are we going to do? What tests can we be done? And what are the consequences of those tests? And who's going to be performing those tests? Advocating for yourself to get answers. Aligned action is usually the missing piece here of people who are wanting to manifest things. And a lot of women think that, oh yes, I'm manifesting a husband, but they never leave the house. They never do anything to better themselves, or perhaps they're not putting themselves out there in a way. When I was looking to get a husband, I actually hired a matchmaker, a local matchmaker. And I went to one of their events, and that's where I met my husband. And that all counts as aligned action. I was very intentional about making sure this was a goal. I wanted to meet the love of my life. I wanted to meet a healthy partner. I wanted to build a life with someone who was also looking for marriage. And it's where one night, I think it was like a singles mixer, I met Ryan. And I started to date him that summer. And it was the best decision that I ever made. But if it was not for choosing the matchmaker, listening to the coaching that they had to say, and consistently going to the events that they encouraged me to go to, again, taking action, I would have never met Ryan. Also, the other thing, you're manifesting a baby. You're not alone in this journey. You have your partner, whether you're buying sperm or you're in a heterosexual relationship. It's you, your partner, and that baby. Or if you're doing it alone, you still need to count for baby. What does baby on the other side want? When are they ready to come? Are they going to be ready next week, next month, next cycle, or next year? Accounting for how they want to be brought into the world is so important and is often missed completely. You need to believe that you can conceive and that you will conceive as a personal truth. And what does that mean? That means there's a lot of things that you believe to be true that you don't see, but you believe them to be fact. For example, gravity. To your core, you believe that gravity exists because you lift your foot and it hits the ground, right? You believe that to be a truth. Think about this. How many of the things that you're trying to manifest do you believe to that degree that are going to come true for you? Or is there doubt there? I need you to believe whatever you're manifesting, that this is your personal truth. And you need to hold that vision. Also, be open to the things that are greater than what you dreamed of. So, for example, when you put it out to the universe that you want to manifest for a baby, universe, I am manifesting a baby for my highest good, or in the highest good for all of those involved, or something greater. So what could be greater than a baby? A healthy baby, maybe 2 babies, maybe multiple pregnancies. For that is allowing yourself to receive something greater than you possibly could have imagined. So in this case, you can be as specific as you want. Now, when it comes to timing with manifesting, it's really important that it's tricky depending on who you ask. For me, I don't put timetables on things. When we were manifesting our house, when we started working on the house, like looking for it, trying to think, it was probably a few months. I was supposed to move overseas for a company that fell through. And then, so we went from purging our belongings and preparing for an overseas move for 2 years to we need to buy a house because we live in an apartment. And our little boy was very active. We manifested a house in less than 6 months. And literally we went from Dave Ramsey, like 0 to being able to put down the deposit on the house. So things moved pretty quickly for us. Now, when I was manifesting a husband, which I literally did. So when I moved to Nebraska, I was 29. I moved here for a job and I had a 1-year contract. And I said, if I don't meet the love of my life here, I'm moving back to Miami. Sure enough, I met Ryan 7 months after moving here. And so that did have a timetable. However, if it had taken, to the 11th or 12th month, that would have been fine. So also when we were trying to conceive, I just kept telling the universe, I will do anything to get pregnant. I will do anything to get pregnant. However, I knew I didn't want to do IUI or IVF. So in this case, I got Reiki and the next month we were pregnant. So it wasn't like I need to get pregnant this month or this year. It was open-ended, but I was taking action. I was seeing the doctors. I was getting my hormones tested. I was seeing a specialist. I was seeing my grief therapist. I was doing all the things that they recommend. I even saw a psychic, and that's who told me to get Reiki. And then my grief therapist told me to get Reiki. So it is very important to see pattern signs and take action. So let's recap. Can you manifest your baby? You can, but it's going to be also with aligned action. It's going to be with healing. As you heal, your vibration increases, which is you want a higher vibration to attract things that you're wanting. You want to match the vibration of the thing that you're wanting. And you need to have a consistent lifestyle of taking care of you, because when you do that, you're prioritizing your wellness. It's also showing the universe that you love yourself. With all of those things, you also need to believe your personal truth. I am meant to be a mom. I am manifesting my baby and I'm taking action. So, and you need to be asking the universe, I want to get pregnant for the highest good of all those involved or something better. So if that means understanding your fertility journey may not unfold the way you anticipated, maybe it might look like you have to do IUI, or maybe you're doing Reiki to boost your fertility. Maybe that looks like you need to get a trigger shot, or maybe that looks like taking supplements or working with a traditional Chinese medicine doctor. The ending is that you're pregnant and you have a healthy baby. So be open to how the universe might put things in your path that will help you manifest this baby. For us, I would have never guessed when we were trying to conceive and we had all those negative pregnancy tests that Reiki would have been it. In fact, I didn't even know what Reiki was. I didn't know what a chakra was. I was learning about spirituality, but I had not known what chakras were. So if you have questions about manifesting your baby, I would love to chat with you. You can hit me up on Instagram, slide into my DMs at the Carolina Sotomayor, or hit me up on TikTok. That's where I'm most active, and I can't wait to hear from you. Always, please go ahead and screenshot that you're listening to the podcast and leave a rating and review. And we'll see you next week. It was an honor to connect and serve you this week. If you are a spiritually curious person wanting to conceive and heal blockages in your fertility, click the link in the episode description to learn more about the Fertility Foundation Collective. Until next time, my friend, know you are loved.